Now I would like to talk about the schedule to opening for KESKUS. Here we have our critical path schedule. There's lots of items on this schedule, but not all the items. These are only the items that are considered critical for the length of the schedule. So these are items that line up back to back in order sequentially. So what you'll see is a green dashed line that runs vertically through the schedule, and that is called the date line. That line indicates where we are today in the schedule and indicates November 5th, 2023. The very top of the schedule, you will see the years 22, 23, and 24, and 25. And then below that in blue, we have the three phases of construction as I see them. First is site prep and deep foundations, which are complete and behind us. Second is superstructure, which are items like concrete, steel, glass, cladding, and roofing. And third is internal finishes, things like flooring and paint, drywall, etc. So moving on to the milestones shown in red, you'll see that at November 5th, we're working on the basement foundations. So we have entered into phase 2 of the construction cycles. The end of that is demarked by the structural steel starts. And that is a very significant milestone because then we'll see KESKUS rising up above the ground. Currently, we're working in the basement foundations, so we're still below ground. The next major milestone is watertight. Once the building is watertight, it won't be finished inside, but it will allow us to go full steam ahead with the finishes. You'll see the last milestone, of course, is occupancy, and that is scheduled for the very beginning of April in 2025. I would like to now go into more detail about phase 2 of the construction schedule, and we'll look at a schematic of phase 2 on the next slide. So this is really the superstructure of KESKUS. And the parts that are colored at the bottom in blue and green and yellow, those vertical columns, have all been installed and are now complete. What we are working on is the structural concrete portion that sits on top of those vertical columns. You'll see the horizontal grade beams and the basement structure in yellow. So when you come to site, you'll see us down in a hole beside the historic building, pouring concrete to build that basement. Once that basement is built, the two sides of structure, meaning the caissons that are on the north and the south of the subway tunnels, will be connected by grade beams. And on top of that, a transfer slab will be poured. Once that slab is poured, we have basically built a bridge that we will bury and will sit below grade. On top of that transfer slab, we will start with standard construction or more standard construction that is steel and will actually create the building as we've seen it in many pictures. Thank you.